I'm sitting here watching Heated Rivalry on HBO. We 17 minutes in, and I think they about to start hunching. They already. This is crazy.
Miss Heated Rivalry? I was not familiar with your game, and clearly that's my own fault. I haven't read the books. I actually just got them recently with the intention of reading them before I saw the show, but I saw that the first two episodes were up, so I figured let's just do it simultaneously. They took 20 minutes, and not a minute more, to set the scene, set the stage for anybody who might be unfamiliar to the story, such as myself. And at minute 21, yeah, the rivalry very much got heated. Over and over. Nonstop, really. I just have to say shout out to HBO because ABC could never. That little Russian boy is not playing a single game. He said, I'm scoring 9 goals tonight. Ask him why. Okay.
TikTok is unwell after Heated Rivalry dropped, and honestly, same. Let's talk about it. TikTok is obsessed with Heated Rivalry, and in this video, we're gonna break down why. What is Heated Rivalry? Heated Rivalry is a Canadian adaptation of a romantic novel that already has an intense fan base. It follows rival hockey players Shane Hollander and Ilya Rosenwald, two men who publicly can't stand each other, but privately should not be making eye contact the way they do. It's enemies to lovers. It's a slow burn. It suppresses tension layered with I hate you, but I want you, and I don't know what to do with that. It's streaming on HBO Max in the US, Crave in Canada, and it didn't take long to ignite on TikTok. There are many reasons why TikTok latched onto this immediately, and honestly, they're making perfect sense. TikTok doesn't love romance. TikTok loves yearning, the almost, the tension be the I shouldn't want you, but I do. And Heated Rivalry sits exactly in that pocket. From the enemies to lovers, the longing, the emotional repression, and the chemistry that feels weirdly real. That is why it's a hot commodity on the app. Then comes the algorithm. Once the first edits hit, it was over. Reaction creators stitched those, memes appeared, people who hadn't even seen the show yet were suddenly obsessed with the idea of being obsessed. And this is how the modern fandom forms. Not slowly, but explosively. My thoughts after watching the first 2 episodes is 1, the show is sticking very closely to the novel. I love how this story is following them over the course of 8 years, but we see it in this span of like 6 months in time. Another thing I loved was the cinematography. The 3 scenes that I feel like stood out to me when it comes to cinematography were the bathroom scene, the scene where they're on the rooftop, and then the scene where it's the hotel bedroom, and like it's just a long shot throughout the different rooms. Those scenes were so good cinematically, and I feel like the texting scenes are so vital to the story because they add more context how they communicate. It doesn't feel like the 2 actors are trying to play to the tension. It feels like the tension is like already existing and the camera is just there. And I feel like as the show continues, I'm very excited to see that continuously develop, but also to see more of their story fold out. The reaction to Heated Rivalry isn't about entertainment. It's a part of a cultural shift. For years, queer love stories were background, subtext, or hidden. Now they're centered, and not as spectacles, but as storytelling. People aren't just craving representation, they're craving vulnerability, intensity, and emotional depth. But with that visibility comes responsibility. There's a growing pattern online where audiences start to speculate about the actors themselves, questioning their sexuality or pressuring them to define themselves publicly. That isn't representation. That is entitlement. Queer performances don't require actors to disclose their identities. Appreciation shouldn't become interrogation, and sexuality isn't a receipt audiences are owed. And yet, through all of this, the community reaction has been fascinating. People aren't just laughing or thirsting. Some people are genuinely saying, I've never seen a story like this told this way. That's impact. To close out this video, I believe the reason why Heated Rivalry is taking TikTok by storm is truly because we haven't seen media like this in such a long time, especially when it comes to like Canadian media. I think they have the range and the tenacity to go fully in. And I think a show like this is just showcasing depiction of like yearning, but yearning in a way where both people are figuring out what the other person means to them. And that is so refreshing to see on television. And I think the fact that HBO Max picked this up at the last minute was such a smart decision on their end, because now for the next few Fridays, people are going to be locked in, tuned in, and likely rewatching the episodes as they continue to drop. People aren't loving this on TikTok because of the fact that concept of what goes on in the show. I think people are loving it because they're truly seeing yearning. They're seeing people figuring it out in real time. And I think as the story continues to come out every Friday, we as the audience get to really see how, one, true this sticks to the novel, but also two, how chaotic and yearny can it get. And I think that's what's so exciting and what's so fun about being a part of the discourse on TikTok. I hope this video has influenced you to check out Heated Rivalry on HBO Max or Crave if you're in Canada. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've watched the show. What are your takes? How are you feeling about it? If you would love to hear my thoughts after the finale or as the chaos unfolds, let me know in the comments below. As always, I am Hannah from Atlanta. If you liked this video, give it a like, subscribe. As always, I will see you next time. Bye.